January 27th. Any of the commissioners that were there wish to do that?
So moved. Oh, no, I was absent that trying to check.
Who was there?
Alice.
You were there.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve the meeting minutes.
All right. And a second?
Second.
Second. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. We need an approval for the Parks and Trails Commission meeting April 21st.
Do we need to approve that? It wasn't an official meeting, was it? Was it last month?
It was last month. Not really, but I would like, a motion, I guess, to approve the notes. They're not
Approve
minutes.
the
they're
minutes,
notes.
yeah.
Yeah, they're just notes, so just make sure I have an accurate record of it, even though it wasn't an official meeting.
Okay, so moved.
You going to second?
Yeah.
Okay. And all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Department Commission Liaison Reports. First arborist, Lisa.
Good evening, everyone. I've just got, I think, 3 updates for you tonight. First will be on May 1st, Minnesota Native Landscapes was in and they conducted the first of the 3 weed control visits to be conducted at the prairies for this season. And then Hoffman McNamara Nursery and Landscape was in last Friday and they took care of getting all the trees planted, all 57 trees planted with the spring 2025 Boulevard Tree Planting Project. That's also part of the Minnesota DNR Shade Tree Program bonding grant. So we have all the trees planted with that. And then Willow River wrapped up all the stump grinding for the 53 trees to be removed with that grant. So now it's just maintaining and submitting a status update report. I believe that's due by July 1st. So still have to map out the trees that were planted with that and do other things for that update report. Other than that, that's it I have. And I guess included in the packet for tonight too was the final report from the Purple Loose Stripe dig event that took place again this year at Valley View. Everything went well with that once again, and they like using Valley View Park as a site. That's all I have for tonight.
Okay, just to clarify, you said 57 planted and 53 we took down.
Yep,
Okay.
correct.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Public Works, Andy?
Sure, just a brief update on the couple or 3 projects in the parks that we have open. One of them, of course, is the trail project. Paving is underway. I think you folks have seen that throughout the city. They've made pretty good progress in a short amount of time, so we expect that work to be complete within the next couple to few weeks. Some of you have mentioned you've seen Brecky Park. Those folks fenced me in, started disassembling the old hockey boards at Brecky Park. I think it was around, what was it, May 12th? Yeah, May 12th. And they've already got a significant portion of the boards kind of re-established or reset. So they're also making very good progress. I reported at the last meeting that Culver Park Hill vegetation situation we had going on, that's been completed. We will likely install that fence starting next week. And in a fun little tidbit, I did receive a call from the Woodbury Public Works Director, Mary Van Milligan, and she called to compliment our disc golf course at Brecky Park. The city of Woodbury is interested in putting a disc golf course in, and so she asked to meet with us at the disc golf course, and we'll go over some of the operational costs and some of the things that we do to maintain, but she's bringing a pretty big crew with her, so that'll be exciting to meet those folks. With that, otherwise it's just, moving forward.
A question on the trail. Was that trail access path between those houses, was that there before on to 57th?
It was there, but we did replace the asphalt, and we will also be replacing the fencing.
Oh, because I went, Was that always there?
Yeah, we actually have, there's a few of those easement trails.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
just never noticed that one before.
Yeah.
Looks good. And all Culver Park stuff looks great, that hillside. They did a really good job.
Yeah, good deal.
They came through and
I agree.
they cleaned up, they really cleaned it up nice.
Yeah, that was Valdez, our lawn care company. They provided a number that they could probably do it cheaper than we could, so we absolutely had them do the work.
Found a lot more bulbs are popping up out there. A lot of things
Yeah.
are growing.
Yeah.
Once those hockey boards get up, do we typically get a picture that you can put in,
Yeah.
you know, I think a lot of people aren't going to know if they don't go to Brecky that there's new hockey boards down there, and I don't know if it'll encourage anybody to go, but it'll look pretty good.
You bet. We'll definitely put that in the newsletter. Furthermore, this project will be completed before Party in the Park, so people will be able
Oh,
to see,
fun.
hey, look, we've got these new boards here, so,
It'd be nice
That'll
for
be good.
pickleball then.
yeah, for sure.
All right, commission report, Chuck, you have anything?
No, not really. Party in the Park coming up. Other than that, no.
And the date for that is
June
June 5th?
Thursday, June 5th,
Fifth.
yes, 4:30 to 6:30, Brecky Park. Lots of fun stuff this year. Mini
Maybe you
golf.
should have the
New this year.
pickleboard ball net up during that, so
Oh.
people know you have it.
And the goal is to have those hockey boards up, you said, right?
Yes, sir. The project should be fully complete before Party in the
Okay.
Park, a week or two, well, a week for sure before. Yep.
Okay. Visitor public comment, and I think we have a visitor tonight to make a public comment.
Thank you.
If you could introduce yourself.
My name is David Butler. I was having a conversation with Mr. Kegley the other day. He suggested I come and talk with you. I'm a new resident of your beautiful city, very impressed with it. I'm living at Boutwell Village, and I'm a pickleball player. I've checked all your parks out, and I've seen all of your courts, and impressed with your park system. There's a park right next door to the Boutwell, as you know, Autumn Park.
Yes.
And I can visualize a pickleball court over there. I'm kind of at the edge of whether I'll be playing much longer myself, but surprisingly, there are people living there. They're not all seniors to the point where they don't have still some energy to play things. So I'm not speaking for Boutwell. They've not asked me to come and make a presentation. I'm just speaking on my own behalf and on behalf of the residents who I've talked to and like the idea of having a pickleball court in the area. I've talked to the pickleball or the Boutwell people, and they do not feel like they're in a position to actually put a pickleball court on their property. And I'm not sure I agree quite with them, but they said they have a liability issue, and so they said, no, don't pursue it here. So they said, well, why don't you go talk to the city? And you know how to operate pickleball courts, parks, and you do a good job of it. I've looked at all your courts, and you've got a good system. And Stillwater next door has a beautiful park. But the park right across the street from Boutwell, I think, would make a good site for a pickleball court. And it'd be up to you folks, of course, as to whether you think it's appropriate. I know that there's a concern with noise, and if I lived right next to a court, I'd get tired of the noise. Makes a lot of noise bouncing. But I think it's far enough away there that it could still be a good place and not be too objectionable. So I just wanted to come before you and just tell you that we have an interest, and my own experience is that I've raised money for the city. play in a band, and it's the Richfield Symphonic Band, and they have a place in the park, cement slab. Last time we played there, it was so crowded with duck poop that you could hardly, we had to set up next to it. So I said, we're gonna have a band shell in Richfield. And we did get one, I helped raise money for it. There's a picture of it.
Oh, wow.
Very nice.
Just pointing this out to explain that I have experience in raising money, and I'd be willing to offer my help in to help financially, not my own money, but I like to help people spend their own money. And I like to do that, and I've been fairly successful. So I would just offer my help if the city decided that it was appropriate to have a pickleball court in that area. So I'm just doing as Mr. Kegley suggested, bring it before you, and you'll give it valid consideration.
Thank you.
Any questions that I might answer while I'm here?
Do you think residents at Boutwells are aware of the pickleball court at Swagger Park and the possibility of pickleball at Brecky Park?
I don't know whether they know about it or not. I've not talked to enough of them. I've looked at it myself. I had a heck of a time finding it, but that was just my own fault. And but I know you have courts there, and it's so easy just to go across the street.
Sure.
And like everybody else, you don't want to have to go any farther than you have to. So that's, yeah, no question, but well, we can go someplace else if we want to play bad enough. But I see an advantage for the people living there, even if they don't want to play. I can see, I've got 8 grandchildren and 3 great-grandchildren. The great-grands are not nearly old enough, but I have grandchildren, and I can see that if we plan a family event, people coming, that's something they would feel is a novelty for them to play pickleball as part of their family get-together. So that may be a little far-fetched, but I kind of see it as a possibility. And so I just like to see it developed, and if it's appropriate in that park. There's some hills, well, you all know it, and
Just looking at it.
I can see a spot where it would work out and not be interfere with the neighborhood. That's my answer.
Any other questions?
Thinking. He's thinking there.
Well, thanks for coming,
All right,
and we'll certainly put it on a future agenda.
thank you.
Thank you.
All right, it looks like no public hearings tonight. Any old business anyone would care to bring up? Any new business anyone would like to bring up?
I just what's question on Andy would know about, what's the size of the pickleball court? It's smaller than a tennis court.
It is smaller than a tennis court, that's all I can tell you here. I'd have to look up the dimensions.
I think it's like you can fit 2 pickleball courts on 1 tennis court, I'm pretty sure.
Sounds about
Okay.
right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then that's just when he jogged my brain, there was like, last year before we talked about trying to know, there was a AARP grant that was out there somewhere that for
Oh, yeah.
engaging seniors, and like we talked about maybe putting equipment along there, might be
Yep.
some funding along that line.
Well, as far as like him helping with fundraising campaigns, I mean, how would that work? Or like, I mean, has that been done before for any of the, things in the parks or?
Well, we talked with the guy with that came in with the proposal for the mountain bike training course. He was going to raise some money, and then we never heard from him.
I think it's a great idea and concept, but it's tough to do.
It is.
We've received grants for playground equipment before, not really fundraising from community members, but we've found sources for playground equipment and other projects in the city. So I mean, that's an option too. Like you said, the AARP grant could be something, and I think that's usually around February or March of each year they offer that.
And it's directed towards engaging seniors, so.
I mean, they were talking about the liability of not putting it on Botwell's. Like, what liability do we have if we would put one in the park?
We have something called recreational immunity
Okay.
as a city. So just like monkey bars or any
Yep.
other kind of playground equipment,
Okay.
it's,
Well, it'd probably be the same insurance we have with the pickleball court at Swagger, right?
Yeah, and all other park amenities.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're invincible, right, Jen?
yes. Government.
You know, and maybe it would be worthwhile if we could put together a little map of, hey, here's Swagger Park, here's Brecky Park, there's pickleball courts here. We could email it to the director over at Boutwell so they could do their own internal messaging and posting it. Hey, pickleball players, there are courts close. You know, and
Well,
that might give them some guidance for
And
now.
they could shoot down Oak Green or Greeley and be at Lily Lakes
Right.
courts.
Yeah,
I mean, those are busy.
yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be another
But they'll
possibility.
just, maybe they just don't know about them, like you mentioned, George.
Yeah, what's closer, Swagger or Brecky to, Botwell?
They're probably an equal.
50-50.
Yeah, it might
Yeah,
be
it's probably
50-50. Swagger
50-50.
might be slightly closer, and they certainly have that's a better court, because it's an actual, court with a net.
And they could park right on Old Field.
Right.
Right there versus Brecky parking in the parking lot and going down the hill.
Right,
Right.
Yeah, it's
There's
only half
also
a mile walk.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, do we want to put it on a future agenda to seriously talk about, or are we just gonna?
I think, Mr. Chair, members of the commission, I think we could talk about it when we start talking about capital planning projects.
Okay.
Later this year, when we start talking about projects that we want the council to look into. So when we typically have like a work session where we talk
Yep.
about, big ideas and dreams for the city and small things too, we could talk about it then.
Okay.
And just another, this is a little bit timely because I'm actually releasing a newsletter this week, a special newsletter that's going to have our summer park program in there.
Oh.
And maybe I can add a little article about our pickleball courts.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah, I mean, there's room. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll throw it in there.
Great. Yeah, because a lot of those residents probably read that as well.
They do every single apartment over there.
Yeah.
And they call, so we know. We know they read it. So that's a great opportunity for us to get that information out.
All righty. Anything else? Informational, our next meeting is June 16th, 5:30 here at City Hall. And the upcoming council meeting is Tuesday, May 27th, 6 o'clock at City Hall. Anything else for the good of the group? I get a motion to adjourn
So moved.
in a second,
Second.
and we are adjourned.
Thank you all for
Thank you.
coming.
Thank you.
Good to see the full
Yes.
board here.